major decisions anymore. And I just do think she's there more kind of as in a consultant role as a minority owner. Um, but I am a little encouraged about the fact that they're bringing that the guy from the Dodgers is buying the Lakers because
Yeah,
we know what the Dodgers are trying to do. They're trying to do
absolutely.
the best talent possible. They're trying to win, and for me, that's encouraging. As a lifelong Laker fan, that's encouraging to see that we have an owner that we seem to have an owner who's going to come in with that same mindset of making this organization a winner. Again, LeBron James. I don't know if we had to rate that right now. Is did the has that been a win for the Lakers?
The business side, yes.
Yes.
They did get the Bubble Championship. You can argue it was pretty much two half a seasons in one, so that they got that big rest. So they came back sharp and won. There's always going to be an asterisk on that bubble.
Right.
Matter of fact, Alex Caruso threw a little shot from the OKC championship. I finally got a real championship.
Well,
LeBron James, I love LeBron James. I respect LeBron James.
respect LeBron James, no doubt.
I don't care how you feel about LeBron James. I'm not going to put him at number one, but I will say you can argue LeBron James top five all the time, and that's
You
being
can.
respectful.
You can.
You can argue that. I love LeBron James. I got nothing but respect for him. But LeBron James is going to, the cameras, the attention, the media is going to be on LeBron James. Will he stay? Will he ask for a trade? It's good to see Luka getting in shape. We see that the Lakers is moving for Luka to be the head star, the number one, the Batman,
Face of the
the
organization.
face. And I think LeBron James is going to be in a peculiar situation. I think the Lakers is going to be usually around December 15th, right before that Christmas game. If the Lakers are doing good, I believe he'll finish the season with the Lakers. If the Lakers is at 500, they around that 7 spot.
Which is where I expect them to be. I don't see them being 1, 2, or 3. I don't see them being 1 through 4. I don't see them being sitting in a position to have a first round, game in the playoffs at the first round game at home in the playoffs. I just don't see them being there. I think they're down in the 5 through 8 range, maybe even the 9 through 10, trying to fight to get into the play-in. That's where I think the Lakers are going to be at. But again, real quick though, man, just shout out to LeBron James, man, because I know that man's backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's easy to hate a man once he becomes a billionaire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's easy to do. But number one thing I do want to say, Anthony, man, shout out to that dude, to his work ethic, to his God-given talent that got him to this point.
Absolutely.
And that's what I have respect for, man. But right now, as a Laker fan, I'm not happy with it.
Absolutely. And this is tough. Like I said, I'm a Lakers fan and a LeBron James fan.
Okay.
As an owner, this is going to be tough. I'm riding it out. I'm not trading LeBron. I'm riding it out. Win, lose, or draw. You lose, you got that cap space. You didn't sacrifice your future. You still made your money on the back end.
I can see that.
If y'all win, that's what we went for. Now, do they need some help? Absolutely. And I think the only way they can get some help, because they can't really train nobody without sacrificing talent, is that buyout market. I think if some other players come in the buyout market, the Lakers gonna have to give them. And it comes down because we right here, recording live from Compton, California.
Yes, sir.
So, who has the better team right now? Lakers or Clippers?
On paper, the Lakers.
Okay.
On paper, the Lakers have a better team. They're younger. They seem to have more talent. I like guys like Dalton Connect. I like the guy they drafted, Adu Vero. Gabe Vincent, I like where he's at. Obviously, Austin Reeves. I like Jared Vanderbilt. Those dudes do have a little bit of history of being injured. We need those dudes out on the court. But I think overall, if I had to compare the two teams right now, I think the Lakers have a better roster.
Yeah, and this is tough. But you know what? I believe they got pretty much about the same team. I think they're gonna be neck to neck.
Okay.
But I think the Clippers, it's going to come down to Kawhi. Now, Kawhi is a phenomenal basketball player. Shout out to Kawhi. You have tremendous talent. They call you the Claw for a reason. Tremendous talent. Kawhi is dope. However, we understand this is sports. Y'all run up and down the court. You got bad knees.
He's another one, man. He is the complete X factor there. You know, one thing I will say about James Harden, though, man, is that he's out there. James Harden he's not that injury prone guy.
He's sturdy.
Right? He's very sturdy, big, strong dude. Kawhi is a little bit injury prone, and that's always been a problem for him over the last 3 to 5 years, especially since he's been with the Clippers. And I think that, in a sense, hurts them overall because I think it's hard to time manage because you're time managing injuries.
Yeah.
So when you get back out there anyway, you're still an injury risk. You know, you're trying to manage this guy until the end of the season, going into the playoffs, so he can be ready for the playoffs. But you're still managing a man's injury. He's still subject to get injured and get nicked up and miss games. So if that's your best player and your best player's not available, I think that's a problem.
Yeah, and as an owner, and like I said, I love Kawhi. I got nothing but respect for Kawhi. Championship in San Antonio, championship in Toronto, nothing but respect. But if I was the owner of the Clippers, this may be controversial. I'm trading Kawhi because I can't take a chance when he get hurt and his career is finished and I'm stuck with that payroll. I can't feel his slide. It's tough. If I'm the owner, I'm trading Kawhi.
But I could agree with that to a certain degree. But I think the timing of it has to happen sooner than later because you can't do it in the middle of the season necessarily because then you got to break in 2 or 3 new players. You got to get them into the system, get them part of the chemistry of the team. That takes time. You never know how that's going to happen or how that's going to work through the course of the season. If you're going to trade Kawhi, the time to trade him is at the end of the season.
Yep.
But if you're holding on to him now, you're holding on to him believing he's going to be your guy going into and finishing the season. I agree trading though, but I think the timing of the trade is important.
No, absolutely. I don't think he's going to get traded because they just signed Beal, and I'm just going to assume
who's been injury prone. Bradley Beal, who's been highly injury prone,
and Chris Paul, some veteran players, and they got minimum contracts, so that's fine. They probably one of them will have to come off the bench. But I'm pretty sure, and I'm just don't want to insult their intelligence, I'm pretty sure they asked the owners, do y'all plan on trading Kawhi and James Harden? And I'm pretty sure for them to sign, they probably said, no, we're not going to trade them. I'm just assuming, of course, we don't know what they talk behind closed doors. So it's going to be tough to see. If I had to predict right now, in the summer, I say the Clippers would be about the 6th seed and the Lakers would be the 7th seed.
I could agree with that too. I could agree with that, man. I think that's about fair. I do think the Lakers are the better team on paper.
Mm-hmm.
That's only goes so far. I do like the fact that the Clippers have some experience in there. Not just older players, but they have players who play together.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? And I'm confident. I'm confident with that. I'm confident with Harden, Garrett Jones, Ivica Zubac. I think those guys have been together for a couple of years now. It looks like they got rid of my one guy, Powell. I don't think he's on the roster, and they need that scoring. Yeah, they need that scoring. But and then I think Ty Lue was right at this point, maybe a little bit better coach than JJ Redick.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And he certainly is going to have more control over his team than I think JJ will. Now, JJ stood up to LeBron. You got to give him some credit. He stood up to LeBron. He's out there coaching. He ain't coaching, tiptoeing around things. And I respect that about JJ. But I would, in terms of coaching, I'd give Ty Lue the edge right now.
I could go with that. I think Ty is more of a players are more relatable to him. But I do think JJ, he's very smart. I believe he's more of a data analysis type of guy.
He's a basketball minded.
Yeah, he's and speaking of the Clippers and the Lakers, Zubac was a former Laker, and they just gave him to the Clippers.
Well, I mean, they gave away Zubac, they gave away, or they let Alex Caruso get away. You see what I'm saying? Thomas Bryant, who's on the Pacers, so he's playing for a championship this year. So the Lakers have not been as patient as I think they should be with players, and I get it. The GMs there ain't no union for these GMs. You see what I'm saying? You get fired, and that's it. But so I understand they're on the hot seat as well. But I think the Lakers need to do a little bit better job of letting players develop a little bit. That in saying that, I'd like to see Dalton connect. Like to see Rui Hachimura, who had a little bit of injury problems this year. Jackson Hayes is still on the roster. Believe it or not, you might laugh at this, man, but Bronny is playing a little bit better from what I've been able to see.
Yeah, and it was exciting because I was out for summer league out in Vegas,
Right.
and I was watching Bronny, and like I said, I love Bronny, and it's crazy. He's getting older. I remember when Bronny was born, and I said this over 20 years ago, and I said LeBron gonna have him be the next LeBron. Because I can only see it. If I'm LeBron James or Steph Curry, you got a son, most likely you're going to be like, hey, you're going to follow in my footsteps. Because that's just what America, the public is going to want to see.
Mm-hmm.
So, but look, I seen a big step with Bronny. He was out there.
Bronny's
He looked like a leader.
Bronny's looking soft.
So,
I'm happy to see that.
So shout out to Bronny. Hey, Bronny James, they hating on you just because of your dad. I ain't got no problem with you, man. I love you, young man. Keep your head up, son. Man, we love you, man. Keep it up, bro.
I think the Lakers getting Bronny was a clear business move. I don't think it was necessarily the best basketball move. It was a good business move. But shout out to Bronny in the sense that he's kind of blocked out the noise. He's working, and you can see as a player, he's getting better. He's understanding the game. He's playing at that speed. He's got great athleticism, great basketball mentality. I like what I'm seeing from Bronny, man. And so I'm hoping that he can be a contributor, off the bench, be that combo guard that comes off the bench. Because, like I said, Gabe Vincent is often injured. Him and Bronny kind of are similar type players, right? So maybe Bronny might be able to step in and fill that role and get some of those minutes. But what do you think about the new players, man? DeAndre Ayton, I know there were some things you wanted to touch bases on about him.
Lakers' new center, DeAndre Ayton. Is accused of allegedly, you always got to use that allegedly, left a woman stranded in the Turks because allegedly she wouldn't have relations with the man. Okay, so remind everybody, we are a PG-13 show. So now that asks the question. Is it implied, because you see all these social media things, is it implied if a man fly a woman out to a destination, does that automatically means that they're going to have relations?
I don't know if it automatically means that, but if you fly somebody out, you guys are together, there's an implication that that's part of the process here. If you're as a man, you're not gonna pay for somebody to go on vacation. You're not gonna pay for a woman to go on vacation unless there was something already between you guys.
Absolutely. Let me say,
and I'm not justifying him leaving her over there at all. But I'm just saying, you put yourself in that situation. You got to know as an adult, whether male or female, that if you're in that situation, there's some expectations of you in that situation. You're not just going on vacation with a gentleman.
Absolutely. And let me just say something. Let me first just make a statement, just as a man with a daughter, mother, sister. Ladies, if a man fly you out anywhere and you don't know him personally, meaning y'all one live in Florida, one live in Cali or whatever, y'all meeting at a new place, he fly you to, it don't matter, he fly you to Vegas or wherever. Ladies, please have clear understandings of what's going on. Now,